not superhuman. I'm not superhuman. Someone save me from the hate. It's just another war.
Stop 22 on the Castrol GTX Cup Series brings us to Pocono Raceway, the tricky triangle, and we are back here for the second stop on the season here at this triangular shaped track. It's the running of the Farmers Insurance 400, and we're set for racing here today. 20 laps of distance, and let's get to the starting line for today's running of this event. On the pole at 184 miles an hour, it is Zach Rogers, the number 3 GM Goodwrench Chevrolet. He's on the pole for today's event. Alongside of him, the number 9 Dodge dealers. Dodge are the championship leader, Jessica Shelton. She's alongside. Rogers also comes in this race, 4th in the points chase, coming in. Kyle Matthews, number 42 Mellow Yellow Pontiac, has the inside of the second row, and beside him, the number 23 Smokin' Joe's Ford, winner almost won a Daytona, almost won both Daytona races for that fact. Zach Austin in the Smokin' Joe's Ford, car 23. Zach Flickinger, the number 33 Skull Bandit Chevrolet, has the inside of the third row, and William Brock in the Exide Barriers Ford, car number 7. He's looking for the Pocono sweep this season. He won the first race here. Then it's Seth Cole, the number 13 Geico Chevrolet. He almost took the title of the last race on the tour at New Hampshire. The Geico Chevrolet car 13 for NNSCRA Motorsports, and beside him for Sega Motorsports, car number 1, the Bass Pro Shops Tracker Boats Chevrolet, it's Trent Dunham. Cooper Cyron, the FedEx Ground Chevrolet, car number 11, has the inside of the 5th row, and beside him, Charles Sanford, winner at Sonoma and at Kentucky this season, the DuPont Chevrolet, car number 24. Then it's Joshua Collar, the number 43 STP Pontiac, winner this season at California and at Riverside. And he is alongside the number 45 Sprint PCS Chevrolet. It's Zachary Fitzwater. Quentin Moore, the winner at Richmond this season, the Citgo Ford, car number 21, driving for the Wood Brothers this season. And beside him, the winner at North Wilkesboro, Joshua Osborne, the number 10 Tide Ford. Then it's the number 18 Interstate Battery Chevrolet. It's Jeremy Jones. He's on the inside of the next row. And Jesse Turner, the Western Auto Chevrolet, car number 17. Dylan Poteet, the winner at Michigan this season. The Caterpillar Dodge car number 22. He's moved up to 21st in the standings, coming after a dismal start to the season. And speaking of dismal starts, that's how Austin LaPlante's season started as well, and is currently at right now. The number 5 Kellogg's Cornflakes Chevrolet. He is last in the points chase, unfortunately for him. Then it's Noah Cars, number 44 Hot Wheels Pontiac, and beside him, the number 19 Dodge dealers Dodges, John Arthur, winner of the Coca-Cola 600. Here's the command to fire the engines here at Pocono.
Drivers, start your engines.
Command again to fire the engines. We guess we're racing here today on this tricky 2.5-mile triangular-shaped track. Corey Williams, the winner at New Hampshire, the last race on the tour, has the inside of the next row down. And beside him, the Tabasco Hot Sauce Pontiac of James Richardson, the number 35 machine. Zach Rogers, the number 3 GM Goodwrench Chevrolet, the winner at Dover this season. We'll lead them all down. The Ford, a Chevy, Dodge front row here. Jessica Shelton was the winner. Only has one win that came at Martinsville, but she leads the points chase by virtue of consistently good runs. As the green flag waves, and we are underway here at Pocono. Into turn number 1 they come here. Here comes Kyle Matthews to the inside, car 42. He's going to bring his Pontiac to the inside lane. We better keep our eye on about middle of the pack. That's where the trouble usually starts. It's usually in turn 2 when it all starts here at Pocono, on this version anyway. Oh, and Zach Austin stuffs Jessica Shelton into the wall, but this time they managed to keep the handle, unlike the last time he was here at Pocono, and Trent Dunham scrapes the wall going through turn number 3. But everybody's in good shape. Kyle Matthews leads the first lap of the race here at Pocono. This time we got through with no yellow flag this time on the first lap, unlike the spring visit here when we had a multi-car pileup. Oh, and we got trouble this time. Turn number on the long punch straightaway. It's Stephanie Gardner. Here she'll take Marty Johnson. Michael Turner's in and slams into them as well. And we have more trouble on the. I think. No, William Bedford's off the wall just a little bit in turn 3. I thought somebody had spun on the north chute. At any rate, Kyle Matthews leads the race with Zach Flickinger second. Third is Joshua Card, then William Brock, and Joshua Osborne, the top 5 rather. But the spin on lap 2 involves Stephanie Gardner, the number 26 Cheerios Ford. It's had a miserable season up to this point, though. Here, had a few top 10s going on. Far chase view never lets us down, so let's see what happened. It looks to me like she got tapped by the 4 car of Chris Dodd. She was trying to follow up Johnny Gardner in 28, though, and Stephanie goes for a little bit of a spin, and Chris Dodd apparently just looks like he bulldozes Stephanie down for about half the Long Pond straightaway. Joseph Romero did a good heads-up driving job trying to avoid rear-ending Chris Dodd, and Dodd leads Stephanie into getting hit by Marty Johnson in the 16, and Marty came in as 6th in the standings, and there's where Michael Turner hits Stephanie, and somebody had spun on the North Chute. It was Zachary Fitzwater, 45, that spun. Well, thank you, replay. Let's go back to that replay right here. Yeah, Fitzwater got off the wall and then gets hit by Jesse Turner in the 17. And Zachary goes for a 125-mile-an-hour slide. And luckily for him, he hit the brakes just in time. Just that way the wall, his hit to the wall. He still tapped the inside retaining wall, but not as severe as it could have been. So Fitzwater is still very much in the running, as were the guys who came in the pits there. Not really. Well, the only one who came in the pits was John Arndt, 19. He comes back out of an unscheduled pit stop. But the ones in the crash, they very much avoided certain DNF. Or what could have been very much bad disaster, I mean to say. Pace car ducks off on the pit road. Kyle Matthews, car 42, leads the race here. He's still yet to get a win this season, even though he is 9th in the standings coming in. Zach Flickinger is 3rd in the standings. The green flag waves on lap number 7. Matthews started this race 3rd in the field here. Zach Flickinger. He's going to get a look from the inside on from Joshua Collard in the 43 car. Collard, a 2-time winner. And we got a spinner. It looks, now a few wall scrapers actually. Now see what's going to happen as they go through turn 2 this time. And apparently Joshua's going to the inside. Collard in the 43 and Osborne in the 10. No problems this time through turn 2. Collard to 2nd, Osborne to the 3rd. And we got a spin, looks like. Yeah, William Bedford, Stephanie Gardner spun again. Poor Stephanie Gardner, that's twice now she has spun. And she's been hurt, and this time it's her and William Bedford. This keeps up, this might bode well for Kyle Matthews. I'm not so sure, but the caution number 2 waves on lap number 7. right on the restart again. As I said in the first visit, I forgot how much of a wreck fest this track was. And Bedford, apparently to me, looked like he was clear. He thought he was clear of the 8-car Dallas McIntosh, the Budweiser Chevrolet. Bedford's going to go back down the. Bedford's going to go on a wild 100+ mile an hour slide into Stephanie Gardner, and this time Stephanie was a innocent victim this time of the crash, but slams the turn 3 wall, and Stephanie this time a little bit more damage, but not quite, still not quite severe, but so let's try this again here at Pocono. This caution has brought the average speed down to a hauling butt, not quite hauling butt, but 85.5 miles an hour. As Kyle Matthews, who's still yet to get a win this season, he's the leader of the race there. Second is Joshua Collar. Third, Joshua Osborne. Fourth position is Zach Flickinger. Fifth, William Brock. Sixth is Quentin Moore. Seventh is Seth Cole. Eighth, Zach Rogers. Ninth, Jeremy Jones. In 10th position belonging to Zach Austin. As the green flag waves, we're back underway here at Pocono on lap number 12. Ooh, and Matthews got a great start this time. Here comes Osborne on the inside. Joshua Osborne trying for second position on Joshua Carter. Oh my gosh! William Brock and Zach Flickinger, they almost touched coming out of turn number 2! Or turn number 1, rather. There's 3 turns, not 6 or whatever. Several people getting off the wall just a little bit here as they go down into the third turn now. Off the third turn they come. This time they make it through nicely here as Levi McIntyre picking up a few positions now as he gets by Zach Austin. McIntyre up to the 15th position there. Ryan Madden and Kev Shear try to follow. Here comes one of the hot drivers on the circuit. That's Charles Sanford in 24, trying to go around going around his buddy Seth Cole to the inside, and he's got Corey Williams, who won at New Hampshire the last stop on the tour. One of the surprise winners this season. Behind his Childress teammate, Zach Rogers. And look at this mess here. McIntyre still trying to pick up a few positions as they go up the front straightaway, 3,740 feet in length. In the meantime, Joshua Osborne is all over the back bumper of Kyle Matthews. Almost. Rear bumper cam, Kyle Matthews' car looking, and he's got a lot of orange right behind him, that tied forward of Joshua Osborne. Osborne looking for his second win of the season. Matthews looking for his first this season. On board Joshua Osborne's car. And we're under yellow again. And it looks like this time it's the number 4 car of Chris Dodd. Third caution of the day here at Pocono, so it looks like we're going to get a shootout here. And let's see what happened there. Dodd looks like he comes out of corner number 2 and gets punted by this 45 of Zachary Fitzwater. And Fitzwater gets hit. It comes back and hits Noah Cars. Meantime, Chris Doughty goes on a slider himself and he gets into the inside retaining wall. We saw quite a few drivers do that today. So Chris Dodd, car number 4, and Zachary Fitzwater in 45. They get a little no harm, no foul deal. But the lead still being held by Kyle Matthews, the 42 Meliella Pontiac. And guess what, folks? We're going to get a green-white checkered restart here on it. And we're going to get a green-white checkered finish here at Pocono Raceway. Let's go through the field here again. Kyle Matthews leads. Joshua Osborne is in second. Third, Quentin Moore. Fourth position belonging to William Brock. Jeremy Jones in fifth position. Sixth is Zach Flickinger. Seventh, Joshua Collard. Eighth, Charles Sanford. Ninth is Corey Williams. In 10th position is Luis Hernandez. Zach Rogers in 11th position. Levi McIntyre 12th. 13th is William Bedford, or is Ryan Madden rather, excuse me. Kev Shearer in 14th. Austin LaPlante 15th. James Richardson, Levi Schoen, Seth Cole, Cooper Siron, and Trent Dunham. Running up top 20, Dylan Young, Dalton Day, Joseph Romero, Matt Dalio, Jesse Turner, Nicholas Romero, Zach Austin, Dylan Poteet, championship leader Jessica Shelton in 29th right now, and 30th belonging to Ryan George. As they come to the start-finish line, pace starts on the pit road. It'll be the green flag, then the white flag, then the checker flag. Hopefully 3 of them in successive laps, I hope. As the green flag waves, we're back underway. 2 laps to go. Kyle Matthews, can he hold them all off one more time? Pontiac leading the field, and 3 Fords following, and then a Chevrolet in the 5th position. Matthews got the restart he needed. The number 42 Meliella Pontiac rounds through the second turn as he hopefully will see the white flag next time by. Joshua Osborne trying to give chase in that number 10 car. But does he have enough time as they come down to the third turn now? It will be the white flag waving. 1 more lap remaining here at Pocono. Kyle Matthews will lead him down. Osborne trying to pull off a draft. Car number 10, Quentin Moore. He's holding back, watching in third position. 2 Fords chasing down a Pontiac. Matthews has been getting good bites coming off the turns here. Osborne does have a draft off Quentin Moore though, but the question is, can he pull up on the back bumper of Matthews? As they come out of the second turn here, 2 Chevys now at the top. Oh, William Brock is spun in on the short chute. We'll get to the replay in a minute. But here's the finish here. Quentin Moore to the inside of Osborne for second position. And that's going to seal the deal. Kyle Matthews wins the Farmers Insurance 400 here at Pocono. Kyle Matthews started third in the race but led every lap today. And the number 42 Meliella Pontiac goes to victory lane. Kyle Matthews is the winner here today in the Farmers Insurance 400. Joshua Osborne comes home second. Third position will go to Quentin Moore. Jeremy Jones fourth, and fifth to Zach Flickinger. Then Joshua Collard, Charles Sanford, Corey Williams, Ryan Madden, and Levi McIntyre, the top 10. And Trent Dunham has crashed. Cooper Siron. That all must have happened on the final lap. Let's get the replay as to what happened on the final lap of the race. On that crash happened in the third turn. Well, let's see what happened. William Brock, he was running in 11th spot. Coming to the checkered as they come one more turn before the checkered flag. He gets tapped by Zach Rogers in the 3 car. Oh my gosh, hits the wall at about 160 miles an hour, comes back across the track, gaining speed at that point. Something tells me he goes back up the track into Trent Dunham, and he'll take Poteet. Oh, Cooper Cyron, he gets in the crash. Zach Austin. John Arndt was in the crash. Oh, and heads up, driving by both Stephanie Gardner and Michael Turner. Chris Dodd spun as well in the number 4 car. And Dalton Day got into the crash as well. And poor Trent Dunham, nowhere for him to go. And also heads up driving also by our point leader, Jessica Shelton. She barely missed the crash. Good news for Cyron and for Dunham, as damaged up their cars were. They both still finished the race. Well, what a wild and wacky race this has been at Pocono Raceway. On board Trent Dunham's car. Let's ride along. And quite a blow for Trent. He came into this race 5th in the standings coming in. Looking to make a big move in the points, but not to be. William Brock's view. Watch what happens. That was more like 170 mile. That was more like 180 mile impact into the driver's side door. He heard him come back, hit Trent Dunham, and that caused that god-awful pile-up in the 3rd turn. And from John Arndt's view. Driving in turn 3, and oh crap. And still makes it across the checkered flag, and so does Cooper Cyron, and so does Trent Dunham, but for that man there, Kyle Matthews, he finally gets his first win of the season, 15. And that's going to help him a bunch in the championship standings, and as does Joshua Osborne. He was knocking on the door of the top 10 coming into this race as well. Actually, he was 18th in the standings. Actually, he was a little bit behind the top 10, but not really much. But we gave you the top 10 in this race already here. Kev Shear comes on a solid 11th place finish for him after what happened at New Hampshire, blowing it with about a few laps to go in the race. Then comes Luis Hernandez 12th, 13th Zach Rogers, 14th Levi Schoen, Seth Cole 15th, Dylan Young, a solid finish in 16th position for him. Austin LaPlante 17th, Matt Dalio 18th, 19th Jesse Turner, or 19th James Richardson, 20th Jesse Turner. The Romeros came in together. Nicholas in 11th and 21st position. Joseph Romero came in 12th. Johnny Gardner 23rd, 24th JT Bryant, 25th Dallas McIntosh, 26th Ryan George, Marty Johnson 27th, Dylan Poteet 28th in the race. William Brock 29th, and championship leader Jessica Shelton a dismal 30th. And that's what a lot of drivers were hoping for, is for her to get a bad run, because she was starting to pull away a little bit in the points here. But unfortunately for Shelton, she fell back from the start and come on 30th in the race, unfortunately for her. Michael Turner 31st, 32nd, Zachary Fitzwater, Stephanie Gardner 33rd, still finished on the lead despite being in 2 crashes. Noah Carr's 34th. His bad luck kind of continues somewhat. William Bedford 35th, 36th John Arndt 37th, Chris Dodd 38th, Zach Austin, Dalton Day 39th, Cooper Side on 40th, and Trent Dunham, 5th in the points chase, comes home last. Amazingly enough, after the crashes we had, nobody knocked out of the race. That's the amazing part. And it's a wonder why we had finishers in the race after the bad crash we had on the final lap of the race. So it's kind of weird how the series works out in some ways, but I don't know if we'll see the same thing in Indianapolis or not for the Brickyard 400, which is the next stop in the tour. But congratulations again to Kyle Matthews, the winner of the race in the Meliala Pontiac, car number 42, as he wins the Farmers Insurance 400 in a tremendous duel with Joshua Osborne down to the checkered flag. And until then, this is James Qualls, and this has been a production of the NNSCRA, celebrating 5 years of offline racing at its best.